Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, depending on when you watch this. I have a book to read today called Caps for Sale, a tale of a peddler, some monkeys, and their monkey business. And this book was written by Esphyr, Slobodkina. And this book is more than 75 years old, so this is a classic. We love this book. It's one of my favorites. All right. Once there was a peddler who sold caps. But he was not like an ordinary peddler, carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First, he had his own checked cap, and then he had a bunch of gray caps, and then a bunch of brown caps, and then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight as to not to upset his caps. And as he went through, he called, "Caps! Caps for sale! 50 cents a cap!" One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, "Caps! Caps for sale! 50 cents a cap!" But nobody wanted any caps. Nobody even wanted a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch because he's not selling any caps, right? He doesn't have any money. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," he said, and he walked out of town slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he. And he sat down very slowly under the tree, and he leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disrupt the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First he checked his checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. When he woke, he was refreshed and rested. What do you notice? Is something missing from the picture? But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checked cap. Oh no! He looked to the right of him. He looked to the left of him. He looked to the back of him. He looked behind the tree. No caps. Then he looked up into the tree. And what do you think he saw? What do you think? On every branch sat a monkey. And on every monkey was a gray, or a brown, or a blue, or a red cap. Look at all those monkeys. They all took his caps. How would you feel? The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them, "you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back and said, "Tss, tss, tss." He's not getting very far. This made the peddler angry. So he shook both hands and said to them, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook both their hands back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his foot and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both of his feet and he shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my But the monkeys only stamped both their feet back at him and said, tss, tss, tss. At last, he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap, he threw it to the ground, and he began to walk away. Oh, he's very upset, isn't he? But then, each monkey pulled off his cap. What do you think they did? All the gray caps, all the brown caps, all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First, his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the blue caps, and then the red caps on the very top. Oh, I forgot the brown. Brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. And slowly, slowly, he walked back to town calling, "Caps! Caps for sale! 50 cents a cap!" The end. Isn't that such a silly book? Those monkeys were just copying everything he did. So when he finally got mad and threw his hat to the ground, that's what the monkeys did. Alright guys, I'm so happy I got to read that story to you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free, if you're one of my students, you can send me messages and I will send back messages to you too, okay? Make sure you're washing your hands, covering your coughs and sneezes, stay healthy, and I cannot wait to see you guys soon. Bye.